Hi students, today we are going to be learning about one-point perspective. Now this might sound a little confusing to you, but one-point perspective is just a drawing method that allows you to draw three-dimensional objects in a two-dimensional surface. We use this method often when we're drawing buildings, so if you're interested in being an architect later on in life or even an interior designer, this is a great start for you. So the tools that you are going to need is obviously paper, a nice 30 centimeter ruler, some pencils. You can have just a regular HB pencil or a mechanical pencil. I like to call them clicky pencils. Some pens to outline. You can use this fancy pen or even just a regular ballpoint pen. I like to use black. It's just much neater, and an eraser as well. Another tip for you all as well is to try your best to work on a flat surface while drawing a perspective drawing. This is just going to help with the accuracy of the lines that you are going to draw. So here are some keywords. We're looking at vanishing point, which is a point in which all lines converge to, horizontal lines, vertical lines, and parallel lines. These are just lines that never meet. So you can see in this example, the lines will eventually meet or cross. So that's incorrect, but this example is correct because the lines will never meet. Now there are more than just one-point perspective drawings. Here are some examples for us to look at. This is a classic example of a one-point perspective drawing. You can see all the lines converge into the vanishing point or recede into the vanishing point, and it almost looks as if all the objects are getting smaller towards the vanishing point. This is a two-point perspective drawing. You can see we have 2 points that everything recedes in. This is a three-point perspective drawing. You can see that the object will start to look smaller as they get further away from us. And of course, this is a 4-point perspective drawing. There are more than just 4 points, but these are just some great examples I wanted to show you all. Now, before we are able to draw something as detailed as that, we need to take a step back and understand exactly what the basics are into creating a one-point perspective drawing. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to draw is a horizontal line. Now, it would be wise for you to make sure that your page is nice and straight in front of you. Make sure your ruler is aligned to your page. Use the corners of your page or the sides of your page to compare and draw a nice light line across the page. It doesn't have to be anything specific, but just somewhere in the middle is great. Now you're going to add your vanishing point. This is a point in which all lines will recede into. We're going to draw 3 boxes, one on the horizontal line, one underneath, and one above the horizontal line. So let me just add our title before we start. One-point perspective. So let's get started with drawing the box that's going to be on the horizontal line. Now, our ruler, I love using rulers that have great measurements on them so that we can accurately draw. I'm going to draw my box 4 by 4 centimeters. So an easy way to do this is to just align our ruler to the side of the page, 2 centimeters above our horizontal line, 2 centimeters below, and draw a nice light line to create the first side of our box. You're then going to move the ruler around. Make sure that your ruler is aligned to your horizontal line. Remember that it's got to be parallel, so the lines must not cross over. You can see that this is incorrect, so I'm going to adjust my ruler, making sure that the lines are at equal distance, and then draw out to 4 centimeters with a light pencil line, and then repeat this for the top. Again, making sure my ruler is nice and neat. I'm actually going to do the bottom or the side first. Again, making sure that my ruler is aligned to the sides of the page. My lines are parallel. And we're going to draw the line down. And for the top, I am just going to connect my dots together. So there we go, we've drawn the face of our box, and now we need to know which corner of this box will join into the vanishing point. Be aware that the corners that go across the face of the box is incorrect. So I'm just going to erase this off so that we can have a clear understanding. We are going to join the corners of the box that do not cross over the face. So it will be this one into the vanishing point. Let's do that first. And then we're going to do the next corner. And there you go, we've drawn our box that recedes into the vanishing point. We just need to cut it off now. So let's find the back of our box. I am going to mark 3 centimeters on this line over here. So I'm just going to mark that. And I'm going to draw the line up, making sure that it is parallel to all the other vertical lines that I've drawn. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw this line. And there we go. A great way to check to see whether or not your lines are parallel is to align your ruler and glide it along the page, making sure. Let's do it for the horizontal line as well. I'm pretty happy with what we've created. So a good step now is to outline our work. You can use your black pen to bold up the lines that create the box. I'm just going to erase the line that goes across our box. So I'm just gonna grab my black pen. We'll use a ballpoint pen. We don't need to be fancy. And I'm just going to outline the lines that create my box. How cool is that? We've created our first 3-dimensional box. Now we're going to work on the one at the top and the bottom. We'll start from the one on the bottom. We're going to use the same exact method with the same measurement of the boxes as well. So we're going to start off by drawing a 4x4 centimeter box. Make sure you realign your page so that you are drawing your objects accurately so that your work is as neat as possible. I had a professor who used to tell me measure twice and cut once, which is a great saying, especially when we're working with one-point perspective or perspective drawings in general. It just means that take time to measure your work out and execute your work or draw your lines just once and make sure that it is perfect. I am now going to continue my method of creating my box, making sure that my lines are parallel to one another, checking with the side of the page, making sure that my lines join. I'll draw my line like this so that you can see. So with the box that's below the horizontal line, we actually have 3 corners joining the vanishing point. That is because it's below eye level, which is a horizontal line, and we can see the top of the box. So these 3 corners are going to join the vanishing point. Again, be aware that you don't have to join all 4 corners. Check and see whether or not the corner that you are going to join with the vanishing point is crossing the face of the box. If it is, then there's no need to draw that line. I'm just going to connect my last constructive line to the vanishing point or the corner of my box. And there we go. Now we need to make sure to cut off our box so that it doesn't look like it's going all the way into the horizon. We are going to use the same measurement, 3 centimeters. Let's dot it along this line. Nice little light dot. And we're going to make sure that our lines are parallel to one another, Placing your ruler like this is incorrect because you're not going to be able to draw a parallel line to the other vertical lines that you've drawn. So let's glide our ruler along, making sure that our line is parallel. We're going to draw our line straight up. There you have it, the end of the box. We just need to draw the end of the top of the box now with the same method. Glide the ruler along, and of course, be aware of your ruler. We don't want to shift it like that. You're going to make sure it's nice and straight. Compare it with the original horizon line that we've drawn. And there you have it. The next step is for you to outline your box so that our work is super neat. We can differentiate between our box and the constructive lines. Okay, so now that we are done with the box that's under the horizontal line, we are going to work on the box that's over the horizontal line. So keep in mind that if the box is over the horizontal line, we can see the bottom because we're looking up at it. So we're going to use the same method of drawing our line. We can align it to the box at the bottom, it makes life a little easier. We can move ahead and draw it that way, or we can draw the bottom of the box first, making sure that our line is parallel with the horizontal line. Of course, using the same measurements, 4 by 4 centimeter box. I'm just going to go ahead and complete the face of my box, checking as I go, making sure my lines are parallel. All vertical lines have to be parallel to one another, and all horizontal lines likewise. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to finish this off, making sure that I'm adjusting my ruler as I go, drawing nice light lines. Now you can see that, like the box at the bottom, I'm only going to join 3 corners because this corner crosses over my box, so we don't want that. So this corner is fine to join the vanishing point, this corner as well. Let's join it to the vanishing point with a light pencil line, and our last corner to join the vanishing point. There we go. We're going to use the same method, mark out 3 centimeters so that we can end the box or create an end to it. I'm just going to turn my ruler around and make sure that I measure out 3 centimeters accurately. Put my ruler down. We can use the same method of gliding our ruler across, making sure that our line is straight and parallel to the other vertical line. And now likewise to the bottom. A lot of my students, for some reason, they draw their bottom line like this, and we can see that that's incorrect because it's not parallel to the other horizontal lines. So quick and easy step, glide your ruler across. Let's draw our last line. There we go. We've got 3 boxes, one on the horizontal line, one below, and one above. I'm just going to go ahead and outline my box so that it's super neat and we can have a look at our final work together. Now, how neat does this look? We have 3 boxes drawn with 1 point perspective. We were able to create 3-dimensional objects on a 2-dimensional surface. Now you can take this one step further and shade your boxes in. Of course, remembering the value scale that we worked on. I am going to finish this off by shading my box. We'll do this quickly so that you all can see the final product and work on this yourselves. I'm just going to finish off my work by erasing little details here and there. But as you can see, if you'd like to shade this, just remember that as the box recedes into the vanishing point, it gets darker. So there we go, our first 1 point perspective drawing.